Welcome to Grumpy Vegan Grandad. Dan here. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe and hit the bell notification to notify you when I release new videos. You can also join the channel. A membership starts for as little as £1 every month, so please do that and help support me to make more content and get out there and do more vegan related, animal rights related stuff. That being said, I've got a nice video for you. So I want you to watch this, but please stick around because there is quite a twist to this story. Now, these pigs are in the Bahamas. They are roaming free. They live a beautiful life. So, yeah. Smile, get your suntan lotion on, get your pina coladas out and watch these wonderful pigs. It looks great, doesn't it? But is that the full story?
Of course not. Watch this.
The Bahamas is renowned for its beautiful beaches, sparkling seas, and increasingly, it seems, its swimming swines. Pigs that love to paddle have become an attraction all of their own.
Did they escape off of a shipwreck? Or were they brought here hundreds of years ago by pirates and explorers? They are truly one of nature's most amusing accidents.
But cute as it all looks, animal rights activists have raised the alarm. They claim local businesses are mistreating the pigs and exploiting them for profit. For example, by throwing them into the water for the amusement of tourists. Kim Arana from the Bahamas Humane Society says it all comes down to ignorance.
I think the stupidity with the animals is purely ignorance, and we see the same form of stupidity take place all over the world. We have seen many video clips of tourists trying to feed them beer or rum. We've seen pictures of people trying to ride on their backs, throwing sand at them, teasing them.
There you have it. They weren't left there by pirates. They didn't survive a shipwreck. They were brought over by farmers who couldn't stand the smell. Shoved them on an island and then farmed them there, out of the way, out of sight, downwind, so they don't have to smell them or deal with them. The reason those pigs swim is because they realised that when the farmers came in with food, if they got out there quicker, they would get the first dibs on the food. They'd be first there. That's why those pigs learned to swim. They learned because they were starving, they were hungry. Tourists come over and their source, the pig's source of food now is the tourists. You can see on the island, it's a volcanic island. It's just pure black sharp stone underneath all that foliage. There's nothing there. There's no shelter for the pigs during storms and hurricanes. The basic rights have been taken away. These pigs aren't in a natural environment. Far from it. They stay on the beach because that is where the food comes from. They get sunburnt. They have no shelter. They are hungry. And it's purely the tourists that bring in the food. And how do the tourists get there? Well, this is another little side of the story. You've got these trips. I mean, look at that. $200, $300, $400 to go and swim with the swimming pigs. It sounds great on paper, but when you look at the reality of what it really is, it's not right. This is from the world of vegan, about the swimming pigs. I stepped off our little motorboat. I was immediately greeted by a stampede of hungry adult pig snouts, desperate for food. I threw open palms in the air, signalling to them I didn't have any food on me, and they recognised that and quickly lost interest. It was then that the babies came running over. My goodness, I thought, there were tons of them, 10, maybe 15 piglets. Clearly multiple litters. I kneeled down to greet them. They were so tiny and dirty. They explored my hands, my shoes, my camera, everything, with their little snouts covered in sand. After recovering from the glee of fraternising with the little piglets in paradise, I started to notice the abrasions on their skin, and I looked closer and saw the skin on their snouts was peeling, and they had little scabs and marks on their tiny heads. I thought back to my visits to farm sanctuaries and recalled how the staff would put sunblock on the pigs during the summer because their pale skin is sensitive and can easily burn. Then I started to worry that all these pigs were suffering from severe burns from being exposed to the strong Caribbean sunshine day after day. I spoke with Susie Coston, Farm Sanctuary's National Shelter Director and the best pig expert I know, and I asked her about the prolonged sun exposure might be affecting the pigs. She said, like anyone, too much sun is not good. Pigs can get skin cancer and other illnesses and likely to suffer for a long time without treatment. She also reminded me that in nature, pigs coat themselves in mud as a natural sun protection, but on the sandy beach in the Caribbean, they do not have access to mud. For the pigs on the beach in the exhumas, there was little to no sun protection for their fair skin. While I was editing this video, I rang up Jackie from Pigs in the Wood, which is in Huddersfield, where she rescues pigs and allows them to live out the rest of their lives free in a big massive wood, hence the name Pigs in the Wood. But she's told me a story about one of the pigs, because at Pigs in the Wood you can actually adopt a pig and send a little bit of money over and get updates and pictures. And she told me about one of her pigs called Florence. She's here. Now, unfortunately, Florence is dying of skin cancer. She was rescued from a city farm in Sheffield. She had no access to shelter, and because of sun exposure in the UK, she's got skin cancer, which is now killing her. So you can imagine what those pigs on the beach, practically on the equator with sun 365 days a year, are going through. Okay, so back to the World of Vegan article on this subject. And so many piglets on the tiny pig beach, what would happen to them all? But it gets worse. Before I even arrived, I wondered what would happen when the pigs started overpopulating the infamous Pig Island. Since there are no predators around and the only limiting resource I imagined was food. It didn't take long to find the answer to that. This clearly wasn't a big lush island that pigs inhabited. From what I saw during my week in the Exhumers, all of the pigs were out in the open on the little sandy beach because that's where their food source was. I counted them. There were maybe 20 or 25 pigs total, and most were babies, adolescents or young mothers. Where are all the other pigs? I asked the tour guide, who was boasting about how she named all the piglets and comes every day to feed them pancakes or veggies. She mumbled something like, oh, they must be in the back. In back of what? The rocky island away from the food source? When I pressed further, she quickly changed the subject and no longer had any interest talking with me. Skeptical and increasingly concerned for the welfare of the world-renowned and beloved swimming pigs in the Bahamas, I dug further. Finally, I got a more upfront answer from one of the locals who grew up on the neighbouring island. With confidence, she said, oh, they have to kill the pigs or there would be too many, especially when they get aggressive. They can be a danger to the tourists, so they have to go. She swiped the edge of her hand against her throat if her words weren't clear enough. I pressed on, asking, wait, so the pigs on the beach are killed? She replied, yeah, but don't worry. They roast them on a skewer and eat them, and nothing goes to waste. And no, we don't serve them at the restaurant here. A lot of people ask that, she giggled. My heart sank. So yeah, when they become an issue, they're killed, they're murdered. It's just bad. It's just really, really bad. So here they summarise it. The pigs are killed. The pigs can suffer from severe sunburn and cancer. The pigs' food source is unreliable. The pigs don't have adequate shelter. The pigs are an unusual feral domestic hybrid. The swimming pigs are a major tourist attraction. More pig islands are sprouting up. It's no paradise. Now, I'm not blaming the locals. I'm not blaming the locals. It's a poor nation. You know, it's easy money. It brings in money for the families to feed them. So I'm not blaming them. What I'm blaming is the people who pay to go see them. It's a tourist attraction. It's using animals for entertainment again. When you see anything abroad or on your travels where animals are involved, where you have to pay money to see them, where you have to pay money to get a photograph with them, there's something going on behind the scenes. There's something devious and wrong behind it. Camel rides, horse rides. The only time you should pay to see or interact with animals is in the natural environment, and not one that tries to attract them, like shark cages where they throw dead fish into the ocean, or trying to interact with lions where they throw dead butchered animals onto the plains. The only ones that you should pay for are trips to see animals, whales, dolphins in the natural environment, to see lions, tigers, buffalo, zebras, giraffes in the natural environment from a distance. Not riding on the backs, not having them dance for you, not in an aquarium or a cage. These pigs have been exploited. These pigs are now reliant on tourism to be fed. These guys are even stranding more pigs on different islands to create another revenue stream. Tell as many people as you can. Show them this video. I'll put the links down below to the Instagrams and to the reports. But show people. Don't let them be fooled. It's not a wonderful natural phenomenon. Phenomenon. It's not natural. They learned to swim to get to the boat because they were starving. They wanted to get the food. That's how they did it. And we as humans have capitalised on that. It's all about Instagram. These Instagram shots of me swimming with the pigs. These YouTube videos of me with the pigs on this beach in an amazing place, yes. But look behind the scenes. Look underneath that exterior. It's not what it seems. It's not what it seems at all. So please, if you're going to the Bahamas or you know anybody who's going to the Bahamas, tell them to boycott this. Because the more people go, the longer it will happen. I mean, come on. They even have to kill the pigs to stop them overrunning the island. But it's okay because we eat every single part of it. But they wouldn't be there and you wouldn't be killing them in the first place if this wasn't happening. With that said, save the animals, save the planet, save yourself. Go vegan. Animals ain't entertainment, people.